Hey everyone, it's Megan here again today. I've got another question from a home daycare provider just like you. She wants to know whether it's worth it to buy curriculum for your home daycare. Is this thing on? All right, so I got a question from Amelia, who lives here in Ontario, same area where I live, and or same province anyway, where I live, and she would like to know if it's worth it to order the Funshine curriculum from the United States, have it shipped over, to where she lives, and pay the shipping costs as well as the exchange rate for the Canadian to U.S. dollar, which is really bad right now. So I loved using Funshine when I ran my own home daycare. It was a completely inclusive curriculum. All of the visual aids, the activities, many of the craft supplies, except for your glue and paint, that kind of thing. But all of the extra craft supplies that I would have had to go out and buy, it was all included. What I would do is I would sit down once a month with my Funshine shipment that month and go through, divide everything up by day, and divvy out the craft supplies and all of that stuff. I would quite often laminate the activities and the posters and the visual aids, that sort of thing, so that I could use them year after year. And it worked out really well for me. Now, that was a few years ago. Like I said, the exchange rate is a lot different, and the shipping is probably a little bit more expensive now. I'm not sure if it would be worth it for me to do it now. Now, when you're considering whether to buy curriculum for your home daycare, there are three different things you need to consider. The first one is it really worth it for me? So with my group of kids, how long will they sit for circle time? Will we have time to do a craft every day or several times a week? And do they need things like printing practice, basic math skills, numbers, letters and colors, that sort of thing? I know with Funshine there are printables for older kids. Sorry, not printables. They do send you copies, however many copies you need, of just printing practice, tracing practice, that sort of thing, for the kids who are going to be going to preschool or junior kindergarten in the next little bit. And it's great for them to learn. However, if you have all babies, you're not going to need that stuff quite yet. So consider whether it's worth it for you and your group of children to actually have a curriculum that teaches those skills. So the next thing you need to consider is whether it's worth it to spend the money on that completely prepackaged curriculum, and whether that saves you enough prep time, shopping time for craft supplies, the curating time to make it worth it. Because truth is, you could get all of those activities online, go into Pinterest and search for free stuff, free lesson plans, that sort of thing online. You could go to your dollar store and stock yourself up with all of those craft supplies. You could make your own visuals. So is it worth it, considering the amount of time you would put into it yourself doing all of that work? Is it worth it to buy a prepackaged curriculum? Again, considering any shipping costs or cross-border exchange costs or anything like that. And the third thing to consider is, could you do it for yourself more cheaply? Are there certain things you could cut out? Maybe you don't need a full-blown craft every day or every couple of days. Maybe you could do one big craft a week. Maybe when it comes to crafts and things like that, your philosophy is a little bit more child-led. Maybe you'd rather provide them with just a bunch of craft supplies and have the craft be more open-ended rather than cookie-cutter crafts. Same thing with circle time. Maybe you prefer to follow the children's interests and design activities around what their interests are, as opposed to being told what you need to do according to a schedule. So it's up to you figuring out what the cost is and whether it's worth it for you and your group of children. Now, and of course, factoring in your time and all of that as well. So I would love to hear what your experiences are for seasoned home daycare providers. Have you tried one or the other? Have you tried it both ways? Personally, for me, I did try it out designing my own curriculum, and quickly found that no, I didn't really have the time to invest in that, and went to a prepackaged curriculum. What was your experience? Share your insights in the comment section below. And hey, if you have a curriculum supplier that you really love, feel free to post a link to their website as well in the comments section. And hey, if you have any other questions about home daycare, any aspect of dealing with parents, dealing with kids, setting up and running the business end of things, feel free to email me at megan@welcometothe.zoo.ca, or again, leave a comment in the comment section below. All right, I will catch you next time. Until then, bye-bye.